The inevitable bad side of people-pleasing is that, in its essence, it's really just manipulation. I know. Terrible. I hate it. And most people pleasers do hate that word because that doesn't resonate with our personality whatsoever. We don't realize that that's what we're doing. Manipulation, the word manipulation doesn't have to be something horrible. Manipulation simply means to control or handle something to gain a desired outcome. When it's manipulation, it's gained unfairly. This could mean just by leaving out certain information that would cause someone to doubt what you're saying, or by studying a person's personality, you might find a way that they will palate the information a little bit better, or that it will be useful to them. Skew the story a bit so that it doesn't get delivered as harshly. That's manipulation. Whether you're doing it for a good cause or a bad cause, it's manipulation. The thing about people pleasers is that we will use tactics of manipulation unknowingly, until you finally know it, to foster a situation where someone will more likely see all of the great qualities that are in us and will more likely be accepting of us and to want people pleaser. The reason that it's manipulation is it is unfair because you're not operating from a space of authenticity. You're not operating from a space of this is who I am and this is me unapologetically. And that's the only way to foster love and connection and a real bond is if you're being yourself. If you're not being yourself, then you're creating a bond unfairly. So you are manipulating. You are manipulating someone to believe that you are a certain way that you are not going to be able to maintain. And no one can maintain being perfect all the time. The other reason this is manipulation, and the reason this doesn't go well, ever, is because you'll tell yourself as the people pleaser that you are a selfless giver, that you don't want anything in return, that you specifically get joy and get fulfillment from making your partner happy. This is, excuse my French, bullshit. Because everybody has needs. Anybody who does something, even if you're just wanting appreciation in return, you want something in return. You don't just do things for people and like, I don't want anything. Just crap all over me. I don't need a thing. You know, I'm just the martyr. I just want to sacrifice myself and I don't need anything in return. So it's disingenuous because the people pleaser communicates that they don't need reciprocation, that they are a selfless giver. However, the people pleaser actually feels that they are going to gain love and devotion. So the true motive here is to gain external validation by way of love and devotion. So it's just disingenuous. Now, let me just tell you how this kind of goes, okay? So, you know, boy meets girl, we're happy. Oh my gosh, I like you. I like you. Great. This is people pleaser. This is other person. You know, like they're just like, oh my gosh, I just want to be around you all the time. Me too. Me too. Everything is great. Ha 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 ha. People pleaser is in bliss. I want to do everything for you. Oh my gosh, you're the perfect person. Everything I've ever wanted. Wow, you want to give me this? Wow, you want to give me that? Wow, you want to give me that? Wow, 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 wow. And about month 3, maybe month 2, it starts to get more like, hey, can I come over today? Again, I kind of want to get back to my regular life. This is like, how long am I going to have to maintain this? I can't see you every single day. Like, this is crazy. And usually this person right here, they don't communicate quite as openly all the time as person A over here. So they're just kind of like, oh, maybe I just like won't answer that text right now. Like, let me just put that over there and focus on some other things. Person over here is like, what is going on?
What in the entire heck has just happened?
He used to answer my texts constantly. Now he never answers. Now he takes forever to get back to me. All of a sudden, you're busy? You have work? You have a job? I can't talk on the phone while I'm at work. You sure fooled me because you were talking on the phone the whole time you were at work. I mean, you used to text me all day long. Well, I can't do that forever. Why not? People pleaser doesn't understand what's going on. Other person doesn't understand why the people pleaser needs this constant validation and this constant reassurance. That's only fun for a little bit. And then like most people don't want to do that forever. Like, you can't sustain normal life while you're doing that all the time. But the people pleaser is not done. So then the second phase of people pleasing in the relationship starts. Phase 2 is the people pleaser trying to please in overdrive to get person B back in the loving light that they were in, where they're in their favor. He liked everything I was doing in the beginning. Like, he loved it. He said that no one ever done all this for him before. She said she never got flowers. She said this was what she liked. I've sent 20 bouquets to her house. I don't understand. She loved it before. Now she just won't even answer the phone. The people pleaser is just dumbfounded. They're like, I've never done so much for a person that I cared about and had somebody act like they can't stand to be around me, and all of a sudden it's annoying. Person B still likes this person. So slowly but surely, the relationship may progress. They will stay together, but it's going to be tumultuous because it's going to be this person constantly pushing for space, but not too far. And this person constantly being like, why are you acting like this? You're making our relationship miserable. What is wrong with you? Why are you in a bad mood? Why don't you want to hang out? Why do you always treat me like this? This constant nagging causes fights, causes arguments, causes this person to even less want to be around the people pleaser. So then in the interim, the people pleaser is still like, maybe I can do this extravagant thing for him and this will just boost me back into his favor. No, that is just like a quick hit down and a drain of energy that shows you again that he doesn't love you and he doesn't care, because he's going to get more and more fed up of having to figure out what to do about these crazy things that you do. So eventually the turning point is that the people pleaser will do something where they're already on the edge. They'll be like, this is really important to me, and heavily let him know that this is something that I really care about, and I'm going to see how he responds to this, and that's going to be my answer for how this relationship is going to turn out. Basically, they employ a test. Usually there's not just one, there's probably a series of them, but it's like, let me just make sure I don't really matter that much to this person or I make my case. So the people pleaser will come and openly tell the other person how they're feeling, again, like they do every day. And they will tell them, I was really thinking that this is our anniversary coming up, maybe we could do something special together and it would make me really happy. And I haven't wanted anything for a really long time, but I really want this. And I just want you to know how important it is to me. And it's on this date, and maybe you can make it special, please, because we really need it. We really need some quality time. We really need some good things to happen between us because it's been really rocky. And the people pleaser will think they've made themselves very clear. Meanwhile, the other person still just has no idea why you always act this way, and that they are just not as emotionally tuned in as you are. So when you're saying these things to them, it's just like things you say every day. They're just like, okay, just please don't freak out. They don't get the message, but you're also testing them. So what do we never do in a relationship? Test people. Again, no, don't do that. What do you think happens with the test? Yeah, person B inevitably fails the test miserably. They're very frustrated. Person A, the people pleaser, loses their cool and is just like, I am so sick of this. So then starts the anger phase. Finally, the people pleaser hit that wall where they get all that resentment they've been storing up in their sweet little bodies for you. It all starts to come out.
But I'm much too full of resentment.
And the really nice person that you were with before was keeping score and was writing down all of your very hurtful offenses against them, and was noticing how much you don't care about them. And they have evidence from this side of the earth to that side of the earth about why you have done this so wrong. And they will then embark on the journey of showing you that evidence until you admit it, until you see this wonderful person that you had, that you strategically and vehemently over time just knocked down further and further and further until they just could not be nice to you anymore because you're just so rude. And they're going to continuously come to you and try to prove this, because why does the people pleaser do what they do in the first place? Validation. They cannot stand the thought that there's anybody thinking anything negative of them. They cannot stand the thought that they are not accepted. They cannot stand the thought that they loved and were not loved. The most devastating outcome for the people pleaser is that they do all this work to do everything they possibly can to finally get the recognition that they deserve, that they know they were good to this person. They know that they did not cause these problems. And if the person B would just acknowledge what they did, everything could be okay. And person B should just make it all up to the people pleaser because they deserve an apology, and person B would just apologize, everything could be fine. And that happens when the people pleaser is just not able to realize that it is the behavior of people pleasing that gets them into these scenarios, and not able to really take any accountability in that area. So they very much see themselves as an innocent in the situation, and they see the story as that they gave their genuine love and their good heart, and they did nothing wrong. And initially they really really didn't do anything wrong except for people pleasing someone who hadn't earned it. They feel like not only did I give my all and give only good, but I then got treated badly for that. And then when I got upset about that, like any normal person would, I then got punished additionally for feeling that way. And then I was gaslit into believing that that's the reason the whole relationship fell apart. So they will feel double attacked for, in their eyes, just treating someone nicely and kindly and giving their all to someone. They will feel like they got really cheated and then abandoned. Now, don't get me wrong, it might sound like I am completely blaming the people pleaser and saying that they're manipulative, terrible people. I'm not. I found in life that there are things that are in your control and then that there are things that are out of your control. And what other people do and what other people's problems are and what they bring to the relationship that they don't want to address is out of your control. If they don't want to see it, if they don't claim it, if they don't own it, and they don't want to take accountability for it, then it's not for you to worry about. When they made their choice, they gave me a limited number of choices after that. So thank you, because when I have too many choices, it's really hard to make a decision. But when you limited my choices, you made it really easy. So I appreciate that. And all I can do is work on myself. Person B, at this point, they can't take the outbursts anymore. They can't take the constant, like, wanting to bring the fight back up, because what they don't realize is they're never addressing the fight. They're never having the argument. They're never having the talk. They've consistently been pushing it out of the way, and people pleaser just can't let it go. So eventually person B is not likely going to come around and say, see what you're saying now. No, they're probably going to be like, this is ridiculous and I would rather just skip out on the accountability end and just be done with you. The unfortunate truth is that a lot of people would rather just start over with someone new than face accountability for the ways that they've hurt someone that they're with when they've caused a certain level of damage. For them to admit to that takes a lot of humility, and a lot of people just would rather not. I mean, they'd rather just find a way to blame it on you and be on their way. And if that means losing the love and the relationship that they had with you, that sucks for them. They're like, oh, that's kind of, I'm sad about that, but like not worth it for me to put myself on the line and apologize and like actually be accountable. And honestly, if you're in this situation, you don't want somebody that is like that anyway. Let them go. Bye-bye. It's fine. They're not yours. That means realizing that I am a chronic people pleaser. That means realizing that my tendency to people please is what energetically pulls me to the very people that will not appreciate the things that I offer, that will not validate me, and that will consistently dismiss me, distance themselves from me, and give me none of what I'm looking for. So until I can heal that piece in me that needs that outer validation, I'm going to consistently be pulled to people that are not going to give it to me and who are going to hurt me very badly, as I also acknowledge I will eventually hurt them. It's just toxic. So that is why I'm making this video, because I want to heal that piece of me, and that's the only thing I can control, and I'm going to elevate so that this doesn't happen to me anymore. And I hope that there's someone out there that this helps, so that you can understand that people pleasing, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not being an altruistic giver. You have to reason and be rational with yourself that it is manipulation and it doesn't get you what you want. So why keep doing it? It's not working. Get off the horse. The horse is not going anywhere. You keep getting knocked off and hurting yourself. So why don't you get on a new horse? Or, matter of fact, just like don't get on animals, because they could do anything and they're scary. So like just maybe get in a car, like a Lamborghini.